everybody? It's Brent Plays Madden here, and today we're doing our final NFL mock draft on the channel. And so, as you guys know, the the official NFL draft is tomorrow night, I believe at 8 p.m. Eastern time, guys. I am so excited. I'm also a little nervous about what's gonna happen, but mostly excited. So, yeah, I say we get straight into it now. I've been watching a lot of mock drafts, a lot of, statistical videos about what might happen, what should happen, all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure I know a good about, a good bit about what's going on. So, I mean, it's been clear, as you guys all know, Trevor Lawrence is going #1 to the Jags. They need a quarterback. Gardner Minshew is not the guy. Trevor Lawrence is the best prospect in the draft. I don't even think it's close. I mean, he's clearly much better than all the others. He's mobile a little bit. He's got the arm. He's got, the arm strength, the IQ, the football IQ. He's got everything, the intangibles. He's got all that, so he should be a really, really good quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Anyways, on to #2, we got the New York Jets. So, there's been a lot of speculation. A lot of people think Zach Wilson's going to, with a chance of maybe Justin Fields, but that's basically it. Perhaps Treylan. But no, Justin Fields is, their guy is Zach Wilson. They're pretty much locked in on Zach Wilson. Justin Fields has a chance to go there, but I'm going with Zach Wilson. I mean, he seems like the guy they want. They don't have a quarterback. They need a quarterback. And Zach Wilson, I mean, he has probably the best arm in the class. Maybe he has to, try to learn how to develop it a little bit. But yeah, he's got a lot of skill. The Jets think they can definitely, see their future with him. Anyways, on to pick #3. Now, this is kind of where the draft really starts. Pick 1 and 2, we kind of already know before the draft even starts, unless somebody throws us a complete curveball. But pick #3 is really where the draft gets started. Now, I've heard from a number of people, like almost everybody, 49ers are going for a quarterback, and I think you all know that, but what you don't know is who they're going to take. And a lot of people, say, hey, it's between Mac Jones and Treylan, and I kind of agree. I'm not saying that Justin Fields, doesn't have what it takes, but, I mean, he doesn't necessarily have that football IQ, that way to read the defense as well. He's also maybe had some off the field issues. I'm not going to go into it. Nothing against the guy, but I feel like they don't think that he's the fit. Now, I would probably take Justin Fields, maybe Treylan here, but I've heard a lot of rumors that Mac Jones is going to be the pick here, and I mean, it's crazy to think that they trade up for him at #3, but that's who I'm going to have him taking. I don't think it's the best pick, but I think that's who they're going to take. Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama. He's really smart, He's not necessarily the most talented in the draft, but he has a decent arm. He's smart, he can be a solid quarterback in the NFL. So I think that, if he wanted to do the best in the NFL, I mean, 49ers seem like a good fit for him, definitely seem like a good fit. And now we're on to the Falcons here. This feels like a big trade down spot, in my opinion. I feel like the Falcons, they could use this pick on Kyle Pitts, or they could trade down and get a guy like Jalen Phillips later on in the draft. Now, they could be getting offers, quarterback, or if teams want to trade up for quarterback. But I think at the end of the day, they're not going to get a good enough offer, and they're going to stick with this pick. Now, I think they need defense, but I don't think they can pass up Kyle Pitts. So I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts, tight end out of Florida. I mean, even if you don't need a tight end, which they actually do, but even if you don't need a tight end, he can be used as a wide receiver. I mean, he's a versatile weapon, okay? He is a dynamic playmaker. You can't go wrong with him. He seems like the best tight end we've seen in the draft since I don't even know who. The first top 5 tight end since, again, I don't even know who. So, yeah, that should be a very good pick for Atlanta, and they're going to have to draft some defensive players in the next few rounds. Okay, the Bengals. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, the Bengals reportedly are looking at 2 players. they're looking at Penei Sewell, O-tackle out of Oregon, and they're also looking at Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU. So, do they want to give Burrow a weapon, or do they want to protect Burrow? And I think they should give, protect Burrow with Penei Sewell. I think he doesn't want to suffer another injury. That's where you have to go, and then maybe go wide receiver next round. But everything I've been hearing is leading towards Jamar Chase. So Jamar Chase to the Bengals. Maybe they go O-tackle or something around 2 or 3. But yeah, they need a weapon, I guess, for Burrow. They have T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, but the next guy's like Alden Tate. So they want Jamar Chase, to, by the way, the LSU connection with quarterback Joe Burrow. That should be really fun for them. Okay, moving on to pick number 6. We have the Dolphins at pick number 6. They traded down, then they traded up, and now they have pick number 6. Now, I've been mocking Jamar Chase to the Dolphins for a while now, but because Jamar Chase is off the board, we're going to have to think differently. So, I still think they could use a wide receiver, but now Penei Sewell's still on the board, so it makes it interesting. Do they go Penei? Do they go Waddle? Do they go Smith? Do they take, Micah Parsons? Do they even go quarterback if they don't believe in Tua? But no, at the end of the day, I think they believe in Tua enough to give him another chance. They almost made the playoffs last year with 10 wins. Partly Ryan Fitzpatrick, but hey, Tua too. I think that at the end of the day, they did sign Will Fuller, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Can he stay healthy? Can he stay off the, off the drugs? I'm not trying to make a joke of this, but I think they need another playmaker. I'm thinking they go Jalen Waddle. As much as it hurts me to draft him for Miami because I want him for the Giants, I think Jalen Waddle is a good fit. He creates a lot of separation during his routes, and at the end of the day, that is always useful. And he's super fast, so I think that's a perfect pick for the Dolphins if Jamar Chase isn't available. So, okay, moving on to number 7, the Lions. This, I feel like, is another trade down spot, as well as number 4 from the Falcons. So, these 2 spots I feel like are definitely trade down spots. And I'm actually going to have the Lions trading out of this pick. Now, you could argue that maybe the Patriots want to trade up to 8, not to 7. But I'm actually going to have the Patriots trading up to 7, just because they don't want to risk it, They want their quarterback of the future. And where am I going? There we go. Okay, so the Patriots are going to give up the 15th. Let's say, I don't even know. Let's say a 1st and a 3rd or 4th. I don't know. Just it doesn't matter what the actual trade is. That's not what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the pick. So, okay, the Patriots trade up with the Lions. The Lions get some picks. The Patriots want to take their quarterback of the future. Now, there's Treylan and Justin Fields still available. I think that as much as I want to go Trey Lance, and I actually like him a little bit more than Justin Fields, I think that the Patriots would go Justin Fields here. He had, a couple months ago, we thought Justin Fields was the 2nd best quarterback in the draft, and now we have him going 4th. So, I don't know, him sliding a little bit. I think Patriots are more than happy to, trade up and go get him. Because they need a quarterback. Cam Newton's not the answer. And even if it takes them a year to develop under the Belichick system, very good pick for them. And alright, moving on to number 8. I think that this is also a trade down spot. The Panthers definitely could trade down. But being that, the Patriots already traded up, I guess I'm not going to have the Panthers trading down in this spot. But again, it could be a trade down spot. But it could also be, Penei Sewell's still on the board. They want to protect their quarterback now, Sam Darnold. So usually I have like either Rashawn Slater going here or maybe a wide receiver. But Penei Sewell's still here. So we're gonna have him take the O-tackle out of Oregon, Penei Sewell. Yeah, even, that's just crazy how I didn't think he would fall this much, but he did. They need to protect Sam Darnold. I think that's a good fit. He's the best, the most talented tackle in the draft. He might not be the most NFL ready just yet, but he is the most talented. So that works out well for them. Okay, we're going on to pick number 9. Now, the Broncos, me feeling this, I feel like the Broncos are just a quarterback away from a good team, right? They have an offense, they have a decent defense. There's a bunch of stuff. They don't really have, like, you know, huge needs necessarily. And I really, really, really want to go Treylan here. And I think I am. As much as, and I just want to mention one thing though. I think that the football team will try to trade up for a quarterback. I'm going to say that right now. In this mock, I don't have them trading up for a quarterback, but I do think that they might do that. So, okay, Treylan to the Broncos. They need a quarterback. Trey Lance is probably the most raw quarterback in this draft, meaning, you know, they would have to develop him a lot, but he has a lot of pure talent, and that's what they want. I mean, they want a talented quarterback who can be their, you know, quarterback of the franchise quarterback for the future, and I think he's, you know, I think that's him. I think he has a lot of the tools, and they'll just have to develop him, and he'll get there. I'm going to speed this along a little bit. Cowboys, they need defense. I'm going to go corner, and I'm actually going to go J.C. Horn out of South Carolina instead of Patrick Surtain, and the reason being, he's been getting a lot of love recently. He was, like, locked down in South Carolina. Sure, he might not have been at the greatest, you know, level competition like Surtain was with Alabama, but, you know, he was still making the plays. He was still getting stuff done. I feel like J.C. Horn will surprise you, and he might jump in front of Patrick Surtain here. Okay, number 11, we have the Giants. Now, I hate to do this because I do love my Giants, but the reports have been saying the Giants are looking at Devonta Smith, Micah Parsons, and, oh man, who was the other one? I don't even know, but I think the other one's off the board now. Might have been J.C. Horn, I don't know. But yeah, Dave Gettleman is super, super, super interested in Devonta Smith. So if he drops here to the Giants, that's who they're taking. And I don't mind it necessarily. I'd rather have Jalen Waddle, but because he's off the board, I'd also rather have a tackle. But hey, you know, Devonta Smith, he won the Heisman. Maybe he'll do something well for us. You know, play well for us this year. We'll see. Another playmaker for Daniel Jones. Now, I mean, the pressure's on Daniel. If you can't deliver now, we're replacing you. So, hey, I mean, put an ultimatum on him. Sure, why not? Okay, pick number 12, we have the Eagles. I'm thinking there's a lot of different ways they can go here. I'm thinking, though, they probably either go wide receiver or corner, because they need some weapons, but they also need some help in the secondary. Patrick Surtain is looking pretty good there. And because all three of the top 3 wide receivers are off the board, I'm going to go Patrick Surtain here. He dropped right to him. Pretty good fit, you know, corner, Alabama. They need help in the secondary. They have Darius Slay, and I don't think much else. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting somebody, but yeah, they need help. That's who they got. Okay, we got the Chargers, and the Chargers, I think Rashawn Slater fell right to them. They kind of need some help with, you know, tackles. Yeah, I'm not going to go into it. They need offensive line help. There, they got it. Okay. Vikings. I feel like Vikings could also be a trade down team if somebody wants to trade up for a quarterback, which there aren't, you know, the best quarterbacks aren't really available anymore. But in this scenario, in the real draft, if there were available, you know, maybe one of these teams would trade up. Or if they were looking at Micah Parsons and didn't want to let him slip, they'd take him. But here, I'm just gonna have the Vikings taken, who I believe has been mocked for a lot of the Vikings draft pick, in Jalen Phillips. Probably the most talented edge rusher in the draft. Has a little bit of injury concerns, but I mean, if he can, you know, play through that, he will be more than a stud. You know, he'll be great. So, you know, plus, I mean, why not? You can never get too many edge rushers. Now, the Lions, they traded back with the Patriots. They got some picks, you know, and they traded back. And so the Lions need a lot of help. Specifically, though, they need a lot of help on... Sorry about that. Specifically, though, the Lions need a lot of help on defense. And you can see Micah Parsons is still there. He's looking good. Perhaps JOK, maybe Newsome even, or Caleb Farley, or even edge rusher. I think for the Lions, it might be a little early to take an edge rusher. And even though this might not be their biggest position of need, he's probably the best available option. So I'm going to go Micah Parsons at 15. I mean, best option available. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Cardinals, they need corner. They also need running back. I know this might be a weird pick, picking a running back this early, but everything that I've been seeing is either corner or running back. And I think that, I mean, I've been seeing they might actually take a running back this early. So I'm going to go Najee Harris to the Cardinals, because if you think about it, they lost Kenyon Drake. Their best running back right now is Chase Edmonds. They don't really have a running back. So as much as they might want to trade down, they don't want to lose. Like, I know a lot of teams who want Najee Harris, so they're not going to, like, if they can't trade down and still get him, they're going to take him at 16. So it might be a little inconvenient, but that's what they need. So they're going to take him. Okay, Raiders, I'm not going to go into it much, but Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, great fit for them. They need that position. He's a great fit. That's who they're taking. Okay, Miami, they just got, who did they get? Jalen Waddle? Yeah, so they got a wide receiver for their first pick. Now I'm thinking they go edge, you know. I'm thinking there are a lot of good edge rushers in the draft. They'll go Kwity Paye. Yeah, we'll move on. And okay, JOK is off the board. Micah Parsons off the board. Who does Washington take? At this point, I'm thinking either Darisaw. Yeah, I'm kind of going Christian Darisaw. They need, you know, help for the offensive line because, I mean, they need to protect their quarterback. You know, they have Fitzmagic and Heineke. As much as they want to take a quarterback, maybe they should protect them first. So, alright, we go to the Bears. I'm thinking this is either O-line, maybe corner, maybe tackle. Just by looking at who felt it, or I mean, like O-line is tackle. I mean, O-line, wide receiver, or corner. I'm thinking Rashad Bateman, good pick. You know, he fell to him, why not? Colts, again, this could be a trade down spot. But here, because they're not going to trade down, I'm having them take Gregory Newsome. They need a corner. There it is. Titans. Alright, Titans. This is a tough spot. They lost Corey Davis. I'm thinking they could go Elijah Moore, but they have a big wide receiver. They want to go more of, I don't know what to call it, but not that kind of wide receiver. Maybe they take him in the second round. Oh, that's tough. Let me look at wide receivers. Oh, you know who I want? I want Terence Marshall. Yeah, Terence Marshall to the Titans. He's not necessarily the wide receiver I've seen being mocked to the Titans, but I do think they need a wide receiver, so that's who I'm going to go with. The Jets. Okay, the Jets could go running back, but I've seen a lot of, I think they'll go edge. I think they're going to go edge for sure. So, there it is. And I think Azeez Ojulari is probably the pick. They could go Jason Owe, but Azeez Ojulari, I mean, they need a lot of help everywhere, so edge is always a good pick. We got the Steelers. As much as they might want to take Travis Etienne, like their fan base wants it, I don't think that's what management wants. So I'm going to have them taking Tevin Jenkins, offensive tackle. Now we get on to the Browns. We're actually going to look at the board and we see who is available. I'm thinking Christian Barrymore looks nice, so we're going to go with him. Oh, sorry guys. I was thinking, oh man, I was thinking Barrymore for the Browns. Okay, well the Jags were going to take Mulrick. I was going to have him taking the safety. So just imagine the safety and the, you know, Barrymore and Mulrick. Just switch them, guys. Just switch them. Alright, that's what I meant to do. Because those are their positions of need. My bad, guys. Okay, the Ravens. They need wide receiver. They need edge. They need tackle. I don't think they can pass up Elijah Moore right here. You know, stud wide receiver, Ole Miss. Plus, Ole Miss has some good You know, they had some good guys in the past, in DK Metcalf and AJ Brown. Alright, we got the Saints. They have some needs too. But actually, I think they're going to trade down here. And I think they're going to trade with the Packers, because one guy is still on the board. And they're not going to trade much, because, you know, this is only one spot. But they want it. They want it. So they're going to give up pick 135 as well. And they're going to trade off one spot to take the guy they want. And Caleb Farley had a lot of injury concerns. Or not a lot of... He had some injury concerns. That's why he dropped in the draft. But they trade up a little bit. And they might actually have to trade up a few more picks in the real draft. We'll see. But Caleb Farley, he slides down. Packers go and get him. And alright, we got the Saints. Yeah, I'm going to have the Saints. They have a lot of positions of need for sure. I guess we'll fill in one of them right now. I'm going to go... Ooh, I want a linebacker for the Saints. So, let's go linebacker, see who's here. I really like... For the Saints, for some reason, I really like Jamin Davis. I feel like he's a good fit for them, so I'm going to go with him. He had a good combine performance. Or, not combine, like a 40. Right, yeah, I think combine. Okay, Bills. Bills are going to surprise you guys. Bills are going running back. And either Javonte Williams or Travis Etienne. I'm going to have them going to Etienne. I actually think they really want Najee Harris. But now that he's off the board, they go running back. Last piece that they need for their playoff contention, you know, Super Bowl contention. Alright, we got the Ravens. The Ravens previously took a wide receiver. I'm thinking they go edge. They go Jason Owe. They need help with edge. They lost Judon, so there it is. Okay, we got the Bucks. They recently signed... I believe they re-signed Antonio Brown today, so I'm not going to go wide receiver. I don't know why it says quarterback. I'm not going to go that either. If Barrymore was here, you know, Christian Barrymore, that'd be a decent option. There's a lot of good options here. I'm going to go with... Okay, I'm going to go with... Yeah, it's either Zaven Collins or Gregory Rousseau, perhaps. This is tough. Okay, I'm gonna go Gregory Rousseau. Why not? Give him an edge. That's I feel like that's a good position of need. I mean, they don't really need much, but hey, why not? And okay, this is the grade for the draft. The grades are interesting. It doesn't really like J.C. Horn. It doesn't. Yeah, I didn't think it would like Najee at all. But, hey, that's who they're going to take, I think. And, okay, decent grades, except for maybe the last few picks. And, yeah. Well, that's going to be it for the mock draft, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I can't wait for the actual draft. And this is not necessarily who I want to go where, who I think, you know, based on their needs is going to go where. This is who I think the organization will pick. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. And, yeah, peace out.